السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. All praise and glory to Allah and peace and blessings to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All the Anbiya, Shuhada and Salihin. And I'm sure from last year you remember that I've been on a scientific high recently. And I like to speak more about science every time I see you, inshallah. Allah grant me that understanding. So today we will be talking about reflection and exploration in Islam. Okay? Reflection and exploration in Islam. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. We read in Surah 3, verse 190 and 191. إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٍ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Behold, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of night and day, they are indeed ayat. They are signs for men of understanding. الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Men who celebrate the praises of Allah, standing, sitting, and lying down on their sides, وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ, and they contemplate, they reflect on the wonders of creation in the heavens and the earth. رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا. Our Lord, not for naught have you created all this. Subhanak, glory to you. فَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. So save us from the fire. The entire world, the entire universe is filled with signs. With signs, ayat. What's a sign? Check a dictionary. You don't have to Google it. Put it on Google. Before you check a dictionary, Google gives it to you. An object, quality, or event whose presence or occurrence indicates the probable presence or occurrence of something else. A sign is an object that proves another object. So we take the sun, for example. The sun, when you look at the sun, it's amazing. Then it shows you the probable presence of a creator. We say probable, but as believers we know without doubt. But it's a probable presence. A sign is that thing that shows you something else. Something that indicates a fact. A sign indicates a fact. So if we say it's hot outside, you can see the heat. You go standing, you can feel the heat. Something regarded as indication of what is happening or going to happen. So history is a sign for us. It shows us what happened and what could possibly happen in the future. Every sign, every ayah we see, we hear, we feel, points, testifies to the oneness, power, glory and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As I quoted a few times last year, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, it is reported that the Messenger of Allah, final Messenger, has said, تفكروا في الخلق ولا تتفكروا في الخالق. Reflect in the creation of Allah, not in the Creator. فإنه لا يدرك إلا بالتصديق. For you cannot understand His essence except by testifying to faith. Reflect in His creation. Now these people are the people of dhikr, remember that. الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ. They're making dhikr whole day. These are the people who love, these are people who are close to Allah. They're making a dhikr, they've got this constant communication with Allah. And what are they doing? Tafakkar. They are reflecting on the heavens and the earth. So these people of dhikr, today our people of dhikr, we don't see them as scientists, do we? The dhikr should lead you to the exploration. Now these people making dhikr, remembering Allah, are reflecting on the signs. 1400 years ago, just looking at the full moon was captivating. The beauty was captivating. People, what was this object? What is on this object? Why does object's shape changes? The moon going through the phases. This reflection leads to khushu, or what we call in English awe. What is awe? A feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. Do you get that for Allah? Do you get khushu in your life? Do you get awe in your life? Do you get an awe? Wow! That exhilarating feeling that when you see something, felt something, that you say, wow, Allah, subhanAllah. Not just subhanAllah, but it something that drove you to that subhanAllah. Not the one that you just said out of rope. Hence, in this amazement and wonder, these people realize the power of Allah. When they reflect on these things. In their reflection, they figure out that these signs all have a great purpose. They reflect, they're looking at the sun, how it's moving every day, morning and night. They're feeling the heat of it. They're feeling in winter when the sun or when clouds come, they feel the cold. They realize that these objects that Allah have a great purpose and part of the balance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created. They see the perfection and realize this is no accident. By no means as a creator who has created all this and these creations. All these signs have great purpose. And hence, when they figure this out, it's a self-realization. They say, Rabbana ma khalaqta hada batil. When they see the magnificence, Rabbana ma khalaqta hada. Oh Allah, this is amazing. You didn't create this just for show, for a pastime. Ma khalaqta hada batil. Subhanaka, glory to you. So save us from the fire. Now they have no doubt about the hellfire. They have no doubt of Allah's punishment. They have no doubt of Allah's recording system. You know, sometimes you think, you forget how powerful Allah's recording system is, and you obviously fall into sin and you end up in the hellfire. We don't know Allah is recording everything. Today you put a camera here and everything. You go in there and you take out your shoes and you're tickling your toes and the camera catches you. You weren't watching. If the camera can do that, imagine Allah's recording. So these people, they start seeing that power, that magnificence. No way out of this creator. It gives them that khushu. Now imagine yourself seeing a sign today, right? You're driving, you see a beautiful tree. You see, wow. You see, subhanAllah, look at that beautiful tree. And what happens? You carry on to your appointment at the coffee shop, and you forget all about the tree. Now, what is the next step to reflection? The next step of reflection, you know, we see these things and we stop. We see these things that get in our lives. You see something amazing get in our life. You see full moon, you see. Everybody says go outside. There's a lunar eclipse, you go outside and check it out. No. Why don't you take the next step of exploration? Go climb up that tree. Just kidding, but partially true. Reflection should lead to exploration. Exploration, you might be asking, is there exploration in Islam? Should we be delving in all this stuff? Should we be? This is Allah's science. Where's exploration in Islam? Now, I'm going to come to something. Listen here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 30, فَأَقِمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا. So set your face truly and steadily, truly to the faith. And then Allah says something amazing. Scholars have written so much. فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسَ عَلَيْهَا. Establish Allah's handiwork according to the pattern on which He has made mankind. The system, the processes you are using, you should copy those processes of the which Allah has made humanity. What is fitrah? This fitrah Allah allati. It's a state of purity or innocence Muslims believe all human beings are born with. Fitrah is an Arabic word. It is usually translated as original disposition, natural constitution, or innate nature. According to Islamic theology, human beings are born with an innate inclination of Tawheed, which is encapsulated in the fitrah along with compassion, intelligence, ihsan, and other attributes that embody the concept of humanity. Wikipedia knows more than us. Look at it. Because we don't explore, we don't read it. Really, Wikipedia knows more than us. If I myself had to read it, Fitratullah, I don't know it is. I had a sound rough, original disposition, look how beautiful they put it. Islam is also called Deen al-Fitra, religion of human nature. Everything about Islam is natural. So, I will just take one example, one simple example from this natural state we call. Let's look at one of the most innocent times in our lives. It's called the terrible twos. Have you heard of the terrible twos? What's the terrible twos? You know, all the 2 years, you got kids who are 2 years running you crazy. The term terrible twos has been long used to describe the changes that parents often observe in 2-year-old children. A parent may perceive this age as terrible because of the rapid shifts in child's mood and behaviors and the difficulty of dealing with them. 1 minute your child might be clinging to you and the next she is running in the opposite direction. Yes, we've all been through it, but we can't remember what happened when we were 2-year-old. But most of all parents will quite definitely remember their own children's terrible twos. I'm sure we all have sometime or the other been around 2-year-olds. They're sitting in a car with you. You can't keep them still. Pressing this button, pressing that button, opening this compartment. They drive you crazy. Can't sit still. But the terrible twos are only part of the child's developmental phase. Meaning, it's natural for them to behave like that. Meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed it like that. No 2-year-old will purposely open the car door while you're driving. They're not intentional at 2 years old. This is their fitrah. Dr. Paul Siholinga says about terrible twos, the transition to toddlerhood often results in what has been termed the terrible twos. However, I would suggest that the terrible twos is a myth. That is, if we understand the development issues behind the terrible twos, then those problems no longer exist. So what are the major developmental issues? Kids, the child, he or she begins crawling, then walking, then running, and getting into everything. The built-in feeling of interest, of curiosity is now unleashed, and the exploratory urges of the toddler are in full game. They are learning, they are exploring, they are opening the drawers, they are opening the cupboards, they are pressing every button they can see. They are exploring, they are learning, they are preparing for the future. Exploration is a natural fitrah of human beings. Did someone influence a toddler to explore? No, this is fitrah, natural disposition of toddlers. Where is exploration today? Do Muslims explore? Do we explore a tree? When I say explore, I mean investigate. Exploration can have two meanings. One, you are traveling and finding new places. One means you are exploring an idea or an object. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us in the fitrah of exploration, reflection, curiosity, so that we may discover and explore His amazing signs. This innate nature was there so that we can look at the miracles of science that Allah has there, the different scientific phenomena around us, so that we may find it all a feeling of reverential respect mixed with fear or wonder. So that we could also drop down and say, Rabbana ma khalaqta hadha batila, subhanaka faqina adhaban nar. Can you imagine if a Muslim discovered oxygen? Imagine, think about it. Imagine what is a Muslim guy discovered oxygen. Can you imagine how filled with awe he would have been to discover the element that keeps us alive? Unfortunately, we are far removed from it. But just remember the golden ages when Muhammad ibn Musa Khwarizmi was exploring numbers. When he was exploring numbers, he came up with algebra, he came up with theorems, he came up with a system that has changed the world. Or Al-Zahrawi, last time I didn't mention, a famous scholar in the year 1000. Al-Zahrawi, he was a medical doctor, he was a surgeon 1,000 years ago, and he had written a book called Al-Tasrif. And why I want to mention this book, the 30th chapter of this book, which is recorded, which the Europeans used for centuries. And in this book on surgery and instruments is the first illustrated surgical guide ever written. You got Al-Zahrawi exploring the human body, coming up with the small utensils, scissors and knives and things, scalpels and poking things. And he's playing, I like to call playing with them, because he's exploring them. He doesn't know what things they could lead to. And he does these drawings, notably which tools to use in specific surgery. In his book, Al-Zahrawi draws diagrams of each tool used in different procedures to clarify how to carry out the steps of treatment. His books from the year 1000 till the year 2000 were applicable and led to many more medical marvels. Or what about Abbas ibn Farnas? He's one of the craziest guys from the time. Abbas ibn Farnas was passionate about flying. Abbas ibn Farnas was the first person to make a real attempt to construct a flying machine and fly. In the 9th century, he designed a winged apparatus, roughly resembling a bird costume. In his most famous trial near Cordoba in Spain, Farnas flew upward for a few moments before falling to the ground and partially breaking his back. He took these feathers and stuff and he made like a cross between a Superman costume and woods and wings. And he's exploring the 9th century, 1100 years ago, exploring. So many other inventors, explorers of the golden age that laid the foundation for today's technology. If you go to 1001inventions.com, I mean, there's so much about how the golden ages of Islam, this exploration, studying the science. These things have led to what the technology revolution we have today. The foundation was in Iqra. The command from Allah to make it a divine commandment, to study, to explore, to search. Every discovery is like finding a new sign, unraveling a hidden secret. Until today we hear some sheikhs would say, talk about the secrets. I always get amazed by that, the secrets. The secrets of the power of Islam is coming. Every discovery is like finding a new sign, unraveling a hidden secret. Finding oxygen was a hidden secret. Finding lithium was a hidden secret. And truly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has filled the heavens and the earth with millions of secrets. Some right in front of our eyes, some deep within the earth, some invisible to the naked eye, others within our own physical bodies. These elements and minerals we hear of today as tabulated in the periodic table were all secrets not long ago. Filled with power, iron, aluminium, zinc, lithium. Today we know lithium. I like to talk of lithium because we got lithium in our phones. Every one of us is dependent on lithium. The electric cars tomorrow will be lithium. Hidden away by who? These secrets were hidden away by who? By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Himself for us to discover, to create that curiosity in us, to create that exploration in us. He himself hid it away. Air is all around us. We can't see the oxygen. Allah left the air, oxygen in there. For us to find it, we have to use a microscope. It's there, but we can't see it. We can call it al-ghayb, it is hidden. As soon as we take a microscope at the right level, it's no more al-ghayb. It's no more hidden secret. It's a powerful tool to change the world. The power entrusted to us of knowledge and seeking knowledge enshrined in the first command to Muslims, Iqra, has been brushed aside. And hence we are now like ashes, powerless, oppressed, and ridiculed all over the world. You know, every product, the first person who came up with penicillin, or insulin, or even lithium. We talk of sadaqah jariyah, when you benefit humanity. You plant a tree and the people who eat of that apple for centuries to come, it's a reward for you. You come up with penicillin, you come up with Nexium, and the guy suffered with a heartburn, he said, oh, relief. Alhamdulillah. You're getting rewarded for it. When will Muslims realize the sadaqah jariyah in the technology itself? How when we will realize that technology brings benefit to humanity and it itself is filled with rewards and benefits. Every time you help a human being is a reward. You come up with a product that helps a human being is a reward. Somebody invents a cell phone so I can speak to my sister overseas, and with a click, in a split second, they've helped me. Somebody came up with technology that helps the people in the townships, that helps people all over the world. We can move with cars. Tomorrow the lithium car is coming, the battery car is coming up. We'll have a better way to react with nature. Because it'll be electric cars. They won't be giving out harmful fumes. And we should find the electric car. Muslims should be studying the electric car. But we sit back. These are the signs of Allah. Where's your curiosity? Where is your will to discover your Lord? You who claim to love Allah, who believe in Allah, why not تفكروا في الخلق ولا تتفكروا في الخالق? Don't sit and say, who is Allah? Where is Allah? Prophet said, you can't do that. You can't imagine. ليس كمثله شيء. There is none like Allah. But you see His power in His own creations on earth. Lithium is from Him, hydrogen is from Him, lead is from Him. Yesterday, this power is gone. Yesterday was Palestine. Today is Libya, Syria, Iraq, Yemen. Nothing will change until we go back to the start, until we turn back to Iqra. Read, reflect, explore, and we will regain the power necessary to be the Shuhada'a ala nas, as Allah describes us in the Quran. To be the witnesses over humanity. To have the power to establish justice and peace. وَمَا كَانَ لِنَفْسٍ أَن تُؤْمِنْ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. No soul can believe except by the will of Allah. وَيَجْعَلُ الرِّجْسَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. And Allah will place doubt or obscurity on those who do not use their aql, who do not use their intellect. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Verily, never will Allah change the condition of a people until they change it themselves. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has power over all things, turn our hearts to knowledge. May Allah grant us knowledge back to the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah instill in our Ummah the desire for knowledge, the yearning for discoveries and exploration. May Allah grant us knowledge back so we may get that power back again. That power lies with knowledge, so that justice and peace may be established. And we hope Allah will rise us and unite us and get people of knowledge together to find those products and solutions that will benefit humanity. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.